everyone, Christina here. Welcome to day 23 of the holiday card series for 2015. Today I'm starting out with some glitter paper from American Crafts. This is some black glitter paper that came in a pack with silver and gold as well. I'm using a 4-inch circle die from Simon Says Stamp to cut out a circle out of the black glitter paper. And then I'm going to be assembling a sequined wreath. So first I'm going to place a smaller die. I think this is probably a 3-inch die or maybe even a 2-inch die, just something smaller. And I'm going to be using some different colors of sequins. I've got 3 different colors I'm going to use today. There's a dark green, kind of a more lighter olive green, and then silver. So I'm starting out with the darkest green. And using that circle die as a guide, I'm going to apply some Ranger Multi-Medium Matte just around that edge, just a small amount. And then I'll pick up each sequin with my tweezers and move it over onto my circle. And I'll just press that down really gently. This glue dries clear and matte, so it's not going to really look like there's any glue at all. And it will hold up really, really well in the mail. So I'm just going to place these on here. Now this took a really long time, about 20 minutes altogether. So I'm going to speed up the video and it's going to look like I'm going super, super fast. I wish I could have applied these sequins this fast, but alas, that is not the case. So after I applied each section, I just went ahead and squeezed out some more glue so that I could put more sequins down onto this area. So my original plan for this wreath was that I was going to use a little bit of red ribbon or even some red and white baker's twine to put a bow on the wreath. But after I applied all of the sequins, I realized that there was so much going on this card already that adding one more element would really distract away from the shininess of all the sequins. So I decided to not do that. I've removed that die because now I have an outer circle shape to work with. And now I'm going to work on the lighter green colored sequins. As I was doing this, I noticed that the multimedia matte was not drying as quickly as it might on regular paper, so I wasn't afraid to squeeze out quite a bit of the glue and then put the sequins on, instead of doing it in smaller segments like I had with the darker green. Also, I wanted to mention that I let this dry for quite a bit of time. I didn't want to pick it up and accidentally move anything. Didn't want to have to do the work twice. So after I'd completed all of this wreath, I set it aside and let it dry for a couple hours. And I think it probably was dry sooner than that, but I just was doing other things and decided to come back to this later. So now I'm applying those silver mirror sequins. And I think all 3 colors of these sequins are from Pretty Pink Posh. I'm not entirely sure. Unfortunately, I did not label the packaging or the way I store these, so I'm not sure where they're from. But I think they are from Pretty Pink Posh. And if any of you were wondering where my storage containers are from, they are from Craftmates, and they are the Lockables containers. So I'm going to set this aside to dry for a while. I'm going to work on some other elements on the card. So the card base is made out of 2 circle pieces that I've cut out of some Basil Marshmallow cardstock. The circles are 4.5 inches, and I'm going to score them about 4 inches in from the edge. And given that straight line, it's going to give me an opportunity to have a flap on the back of the card. So I'll add some adhesive and then press these 2 circles together. And then I've created my perfectly circle card base that opens up. So I'm going to work on the sentiment next. I've got some vellum cardstock here. This is vellum from Basil. It's 40-pound vellum. I'm going to prep the area with my EK6S powder tool. And then I'm taking this Winter Scripty Sayings stamp set from Lawn Fawn. I'm going to use the greeting that says Joyful Wishes. And I only want the center area of this stamp. So I've only inked up the center area with my Versamark. Press that down onto the vellum, and then sprinkled on some Hero Arts white embossing powder. This is going to give me a nice greeting to go across that wreath. I'll heat set that with my heat tool until it's smooth and melted, and then I trimmed it down to be a more narrow piece. So that wreath is completely dried. You can't see any of the glue. And I'm placing that over the top to get spacing. And then I used my scissors to cut some V-shaped ribbon ends on both of the short ends of this Joyful Wishes vellum piece. And I was really struggling with how I was going to adhere this without having a bunch of adhesive showing. So I decided to go ahead and try that Ranger Multimedia Matte, the same adhesive that I used for the sequins, because I was afraid to use any sort of dry adhesive because it wouldn't stick to that glitter paper. So I just put down a tiny bit of adhesive right behind those words and then flipped it over and placed that over the center of my wreath. Used my fingertips to press that down probably for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I was able to lift up and just let it dry on its own. Just wanted to make sure that it was drying. There is a little bit of that adhesive showing around the words, but it's not a huge deal. I'm not too concerned about it, and I went ahead and put some foam adhesive on the back to finish the card. Putting it onto my card base and just pressing that down. And that finishes the card. This is a super simple card, although it is a little bit time consuming because you do have to place all those sequins. It's super bright and shiny and so fun for the holidays. Hope you guys enjoyed today's card. I will be back on Friday for day 24 of the holiday card series. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching today's video. On screen are 6 more videos filled with card inspiration for you to check out. These are videos from the 6 previous years of the holiday card series, and these are all day 23 cards as well. If you'd like to see a supply list for all of the supplies that I used in today's card, as well as links to online stores, please visit my blog at kwernerdesign.com. If you click in the top corner, it will take you directly to that blog post. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next card video.